blessed that I have my sisters around me, even though they're nosy as heck, but I'm glad that they are, you know. It shows that they're real concerned about me. And
sisters are amazing, and I love them so much. And the great thing about family is that you can have disagreements, but at the end of the day, you always come back to
As if the online drama weren't enough, the Braxton sisters' conflicts often spilled into their professional lives. During filming for their reality shows, producers frequently had to step in to calm explosive arguments that sometimes grew so intense they nearly derailed entire seasons. Toni, known as the calm and composed sister, was often forced into the role of peacemaker. But even she reached her breaking point, once walking off set and refusing to return until tensions cooled. While the clashes made for dramatic television, they added yet another layer of stress for Toni and deepened the fractures within her family.
Hello, Kevin. How is he doing? You know, I'm worried about him, and I know he's going through a lot.
Toni Braxton's financial troubles didn't end with her first bankruptcy. In 2010, she filed again, this time due to serious health issues. Diagnosed with lupus and microvascular angina, Toni was forced to cancel her Las Vegas residency, leaving her with massive debts. Her insurance didn't cover the losses, so she personally paid for production costs, hotels, and her team's salaries. It was more than a setback, it was a financial disaster. All the while, her family still relied on her for support. Toni later admitted that if she hadn't carried such a heavy financial and emotional burden, her career might have reached even greater heights. Unfortunately, the drama only intensified when Braxton family values brought their private conflicts to television. Arguments over money and respect exploded on camera, with Toni once again trapped in the middle. Eventually, tensions ran so high that production was halted, and a frustrated Toni reportedly walked off set, declaring she was done with it all.
At your lowest point, and someone you admire essentially tells you it's your fault.
And you never know. A marriage is a private affair, so you never know what Tracy and her husband talked about, or maybe he needed that.
But Toni's financial struggles didn't end there. In 2010, she filed for bankruptcy again.
Toni Braxton has spoken candidly in recent years about the imbalance that defined her family relationships. The financial burden, coupled with the lack of appreciation, left her feeling deeply used. But money was only part of the struggle. The emotional labor of being the family's glue, constantly mediating the Braxton sisters' endless arguments, grudges, and rivalries, took a toll that fame couldn't fix. Toni often found herself trapped in the middle, giving her all but rarely receiving the same energy in return. Even as she carried her family, Toni faced her own financial nightmares. Despite generating over $170 million in album sales for her label, she earned less than 35 cents per album sold. One of R&B's biggest stars was essentially broke due to an unfair contract, forcing her to file for bankruptcy in 1998. The humiliation only deepened when she appeared on The Oprah Winfrey Show, hoping to explain her situation and earn empathy. Instead, Oprah publicly questioned her spending habits, mocking her for owning Gucci flatware. For Toni, it was devastating, a moment that turned vulnerability into shame. It wasn't just financial ruin, it was emotional betrayal from both her industry and someone she had admired for years.
Walked off set saying she was done.
Toni has always tried to be the peacekeeper of the family, and it's probably because she's the oldest, but I'm in no way in the right frame of mind.
Then there's Tamar, whose emotional outbursts have often played out publicly on social media. She's been open about the family's toxic dynamics, frequently airing grievances online. In one particularly awkward incident, Toni discovered she'd been blocked by Tamar when she tried to tag her in a birthday post. The move shocked fans and family alike, sparking a wave of speculation. Tamar later accused Toni of gaslighting her, and what began as a private disagreement quickly escalated into yet another public Braxton family feud, adding more fuel to an already turbulent relationship between the sisters.
Matter of this, y'all. Right, likes and benefits, man. You got boyfriends coming in the picture, coordinating something like this that should have happened decades.
And so let's go, Toni. When you make it, you can help us. Those words, spoken by her sister Tracy, would echo in Toni Braxton's mind for years to come. What began as encouragement became a lifelong burden. the expectation to lift her entire family along with her. Despite achieving massive success with 7 Grammy Awards, over 70 million records sold, and an iconic R&B career, Toni's journey has been far from glamorous. Behind the fame lies a story of sacrifice, betrayal, financial struggles, and deep family tension. Her life's melody, though beautiful, carries the haunting notes of responsibility and pain.
Well, is there a conversation after we find out? There's no conversation.
No conversation.
Let's rewind to where it all began. Toni Braxton's rise to fame in the early 90s came through her soulful voice and emotional ballads, but her path was never easy. Growing up one of 6 children, she carried adult responsibilities far too soon. After her mother, Evelyn, was injured and bedridden, and her father worked long hours, young Toni became a caretaker. Dreams of her own took a back seat as her family pinned their hopes on her success. When her 1993 debut album Toni Braxton exploded, topping charts and selling over 10 million copies, it wasn't just her triumph. It was the family's escape plan.
Like, you're wasting my time. And you're not valuing the time that we set to have together.
Toni Braxton's success soared with hits like Breathe Again, Another Sad Love Song, and the iconic Unbreak My Heart, cementing her as a global superstar. Yet, behind the fame, she was less an artist and more her family's safety net. After her parents' divorce, her mother relied on her financially, and her siblings turned to her for support. Toni paid bills, bought homes, and kept everyone afloat, but gratitude was scarce. Sisters Towanda and Trina even demanded payment for minimal work, adding strain. Ironically, Tamar, known as the family's firecracker, was the only one who didn't ask for money and often helped financially herself.
I love you, Tamar. Tamar, will you marry me?
As if the online drama weren't enough, the Braxton sisters' conflicts often spilled into their professional lives. During filming for their reality shows, producers frequently had to step in to calm explosive arguments that sometimes grew so intense they nearly derailed entire seasons. Toni, known as the calm and composed sister, was often forced into the role of peacemaker. But even she reached her breaking point, once walking off set and